This is another article. Final Fantasy XIV's next chapters, an exclusive talk with Yoshi-P. From challenges of concluding Dawn Trail's story to upcoming expansions, new jobs, cross-generation gameplay. Okay. Can we expect a new character similar to Wook Lamat to kick off a new story? Just straight no. He said this in T-Paw Go. No. That's how he said it. If I say too much, it's going to be a spoiler, so I won't say that much. But in patch 7.4, 7.5, we're going to be moving towards a new, bigger story arc. And as we're moving on to that, because we are starting that movement, we won't see a new character appear, which would be the basis of that story arc. So basically, no such character would be making an appearance yet. But of course, we had a final scene at the end of 7.3 when the Ascian made the appearance, and also there was reference to Winterers. So from patch 7.4, there will be an introduction of new elements. Okay. I know that you don't want to spoil things, but do you see a potential in including other Tyrell characters in next development? Yes. If I answer that, will be a spoiler. Okay. Being more than a year after Dawn Trail launch, would you do some things differently, like distribution of content, dungeons, or raids? Holy fuck. Rather than the distribution of content, we are working on creating big changes to the content hierarchy in the game. Okay. Starting with patch 7.3, introducing new deep dungeon. We will be drastically changing the approach to deep dungeons. So the new deep dungeon will be one which both hardcore players and okay, so they're repeating the same shit, but this is good. And this represents change in our approach to content design. So this is something that we will be working more on as we move forward. And so this is starting with Pilgrim's Traverse in patch 7.35. Okay, a new variant dungeon series. Okay. All jokes aside, man, I'm super excited about the variant dungeon. I think it'll be pretty fucking cool. Well, I mean, hopefully. If they make the correct changes, hopefully it'll be really fucking cool. Because they did say they were going to change it, and they said that, with their new design philosophy where it's going to appeal to, like, different player groups, right? Like, all different player groups. Content design so that more and more players will be able to enjoy the content. Yeah, so in other words, we want all of the players to enjoy the content that we provide, and we will be making various changes to this moving forward. Yeah, see, this is really good. This is super good. You already dropped some hints on this, but could you tell me a bit more about what's coming in 7.4? In terms of one of the elements we have planned for 7.x series, okay, new limited job, Beastmaster. This is quite a big content that we're going to be implementing. It is both a new job, but we are also producing new content for it, and there will be dedicated content for it. Look, man, I'm going to be honest. I don't care if people enjoy this. This should not be in the game. Limited jobs just should not be in the game, man. They shouldn't. They're a waste of time. They're a waste of resources. I mean, look how he words this here. Like, there's quite a big content that we are going to be implementing. You know, this is very time consuming. It's very tedious. Dude, they could spend this time and resources just making better shit. They don't have enough resources to fucking do this, man. They just don't. Like, yeah, sure, there's some people that find Blue Mage fun. There's probably going to be some people that find Beastmaster fun. But at the end of the day, this shit is only going to be updated like every 2 years. Like, dude, if you were to remove like Blue Mage and limited jobs from the game, yeah, sure, it'd piss some people off. But if you took that like time, money, resource, whatever, put it into like, I don't know, maybe fucking higher quality content, anything, it's going to be much more successful than that shit. I don't know. I have never understood why they put limited jobs in the game, man. I have never understood that shit. This is like the most half-assed waste of, like, Square Enix is the king of wasting time and resources, man. Just the absolute fucking champions. No one even comes close to these motherfuckers. If you were to name one of the top companies, whatever, you know, or the top MMOs, right, of like wasting time and resources, Square Enix is definitely up there, man. Okay, definitely fucking up there. And here's like the thing I don't understand, right? Is they're constantly talking about cost and resource and all this shit. And it's like, look at what you're spending it on, brother. Like, look at what you're using that time and money on. Blue is a different way entirely to play the game, and it's super fun, to be honest. I don't think it's a resource. I think it's waste time on unneeded stuff or don't work hard enough. Like, look, I'm not going to debate if it's fun or not, because fun is subjective, and I'm a big like advocate of just because I don't enjoy something doesn't mean that other people can't, you know? But it's just as simple as they don't have the resources to do it. In my opinion, they don't. But you know what? I'm just some bald idiot. I don't even work at SC, so who knows, man? Like, look at this. Because of this, we are investing a lot of resources and cost into producing this content. That's what I mean, man. Like, why? And we will just barely make it. but we are expecting to release this like, dude, how about we get, I don't know, 2 fucking extremes? How about we get like, I don't know, better fucking jobs? How about we get like fucking anything? You know what I mean? Like, they're putting all this time into like Beastmaster and shit. Why don't they put that time into fucking, you know, like changing some of the jobs? In terms of story for patches, we had covered a bit of that discussion just now, but we are once again sliding off in order to build up that next peak. In patch 7.4, the progression of the story will not be so fast, but you will see a faster acceleration in 7.5. In patch 7.5, the plot has already been finished. Oh yeah, so this is like copy paste answer from the other interview. Yeah, we read this yesterday. How do you see the reaction of the fan base towards Final Fantasy XI and Vana'diel? Of course, 11 is a game with a long history, and it is our senpai of sorts. So it is more of a senior game than us. The game is still very steadily continuing to service today, so it does have a lot of players. A lot of 11 players are now playing 14. Some of the feedback we found is that they felt really sentimental when we're playing the content. Not Arthur's. Not Arthur's, bro. And they also comment on how certain areas were recreated. So, okay, to be fair, Arthur said the first one was good, which is kind of crazy because I actually like the second one better, but I didn't play 11. But he likes the first one better, and he did play 11. So I think it's funny. Well, we have received a good response from them. And in terms of those players who are Final Fantasy XIV but haven't played 11 before, they are learning various things. I think this is one of those great things about having a crossover. So in this regard, we had a really good response. Man, dude, you will never fucking catch me playing 11, man. That game ain't no fucking shot. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm saying it's not for me. That game is way too fucking slow. It is an entirely different game. Some games have recently dropped PS4 support altogether. Can we expect 14 to still support PS4 for the next expansion? My basic stance is that I do want to continue supporting hardware which has grown old, but I do have some concerns, and that's regarding the OS of PlayStation 4. Dude, just fucking get rid of PS4, man. Just fucking get rid of it. It can still be on PS5. This is regarding the hardware regulations which were made by Sony. These regulations are related to the limit of the data, and because there's a limit of data, we will continually incorporating updates to Final Fantasy XIV and are now approaching that limit. And so for this limit that's in place, we have been asking Sony from our side to increase that dude, this is insane that they have kindly been doing that so far, but they've told us now that they are also reaching their limits. Okay, so thank God. Thank fucking God they're going to drop PS4 support soon. So I will repeat myself. I do want to provide support to the platform as long as possible. However, there will eventually come a time when the hardware is its limits in terms of its technology. And at that point in time, we would have to provide an end to that service. When the fuck did the PS5 come out? 2020. Yeah, so it's been like 5 years. Don't you think 5 years is long enough? I mean, it's 5 years, man. But I will be sure to provide clear reasoning. Okay, so they're going to get rid of it, hopefully sooner rather than later. Maybe another one on the platform. An Xbox version is still quite recent to the game, so as a feedback on that. The data of players, do you see any changes? Are there any pattern? We've been increasing platforms in the past and have been asking this question before about, for example, whether there's any difference between PC players and PS4 players. But I don't think that there's any difference, okay? Generally said things like they want the patch to be released really quickly, or they want a lot of content to play. So it's very much along the lines of general feedback. And so I think we're now at a point in the community where they don't really think so much about what platform, and we basically have the same general feedback. There are already talks about next generation of consoles, whether it's Xbox or PS6 or something. So do you see Final Fantasy XIV? Of course, there's always the possibility of providing our game on those platforms, because my aim is to provide Holy fuck, man. He's like said this fucking same thing like 9 times. There's an increase in platforms. We would work on providing, okay, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You're going to put it on different. Dude, what are these questions? Who is this interviewer? This interviewer is an idiot. Why are you asking these questions? You already know the answer to this question. So you have a game that's already on console and PC. And then you're asking him, hey, if a new console comes out, will Final Fantasy XIV be on it? Of fucking course it's going to be on it. What kind of question is that? The thing is, why would you even ask this in the first place? Let's just say the answer's no. Let's say the answer's no. No, 14 will not be on PS6. What does it matter? What does it matter? It's not even out yet. And even if it was out yet, it'd still be on PS4 and PS5. So what the fuck does it matter? This question is worthless, man. No, it always kind of irks me, man, when people ask these useless, worthless questions, because you can only ask Yoshi so much stuff. So you need to really think about every question you ask him, okay? And most importantly, dude, don't give him easy questions to answer. Like, why would you give him an easy question to answer? Can we expect a new Final Fantasy series in 2026? When and where am I invited? We're planning fan festivals for 2026 and continuing with preparations. I'm pretty sure that the team will be asking you to join us for FanFest. As for where and when will be taking place, it would be great if you could just wait another few days. Okay, so another few days. So they are going to make the announcement, especially with the anniversary of A Realm Reborn just around the corner. And what can I say? At least is that for a fan festival in 2006, we will not be doing it in Las Vegas. We will not be doing it in Las Vegas. The thing is, guys, is I'm glad that the Fan Fest was held in Vegas. I really am. Like, it's one of those things where I'm glad that it happened, you know, but I don't want it there every year. So they'll probably release this soon. Yeah, we'll probably know the Fan Fest